Hello, my name is Zyrene, and today's presentation we will be focusing on using ICT and memorization of kids. So let's have an example first. Here in the title, you can see that if you teach your students 5 plus 7, they might forget it the next day. We already know that addition is 5 plus 7 equals 12, but they have to know and they have to be able to memorize this. So, what are we gonna do? Here, ICT and perfect memorization so that we will not have the forgetting curve for the students. One suggestion is to use form or Google Forms. First bullet, form should use first part of the form. I mean, in a form, you will have your previous lesson and today's goal. So, your Google form has two parts, previous lesson and today's goal. First, your kids will remember what they learned the last time. That is because first part of the form is previous lesson. It's like a review. And your kids will also understand what are they going to learn today. So two parts. First, remember what they learned yesterday, and next, what are they going to learn today. So here, it is very important that you do this so that your kids will always remember the things that they are learning in your classes. So, this is how a Google form looks. So, the title you can see Review Day 1. For example, yesterday you taught them this like 8 plus 3 equals blank. So, we know that this is 11 and they know that this is 11 because that is their review. So that's the first part, what they learned yesterday. Next part is this, today's target. So today's target means what are you going to teach them today? So here it is, larger numbers. Before it's only one digit, now it's two digits. So that's the second part. Again, review day 1 is review from yesterday and target for today. That is review day 1. And again, of course, you will have to do this tomorrow or the next day. So now we have review day 2. As you can see, today's target 25 plus 14 equals, and review part is the same, 25 plus 14, because that is how it should be. First part, again, you review what you learned yesterday and you tell them today's target. Today's target is another lesson. So only two parts. Review day 2, review part from yesterday, and today's target. What are they going to learn today? Here is a perfect example. For example, today. Today is you have target 1. And the next day, tomorrow, your target 1 becomes review 1. Again, another day again today, your target 2 becomes review 2 tomorrow. Again, for example, third day. Third day, your target 3 becomes your review 3 for the next day. And again, target for today is review part for the next day. So basically, you only have to change one part every day. That is your target because review is always the same as yesterday's target. So I hope this presentation will help you and you can use Google Forms every day because it is a nice part for the student to be able to learn ICT and every day, I mean, they can look back at it every time. So that is another point for reviewing. For so here is an example of a Google form. Again, review day one, we have this. Uh, for example, they learned this yesterday. Yesterday, they learned adding small numbers. So for today's review day one, they will have to answer what they learned yesterday. And for the part two, we have today's target. And today's target, we will have mm, adding larger numbers. And this is for your day one. But if we want to continue tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, this is your Google Forms. Review day two. Review day two, first part is review part. Review part here is the same as today's target in day one. 25 plus 14 here, 25 plus 14 here. So first part is review part, second part is today's target. So for example, we want to do review for tomorrow or for the third day. You will just go to Google Docs, Google Forms. Google Form, click this part and go to Forms, create a blank form. Again, look at that, review day one, review day two. So look at this. This is how we defeat or this is how we overcome the curve of forgetting. So first part is when they learned it from you that same day. 24 hours later, they have to review what they learned. And maybe 1 week later, they can review it. So it remains in their brain. So here again, if your students review 3 times, there is a good chance that they will always remember what they learned from you. Here we see that learning becomes more effective. Again, what ICT function? We use Google Forms. And how are you going to use Google Forms? So go here, uh, docs.google/forms and click create your form. And the next one is first review exercise from yesterday, first part, and add target lessons for today. And every time you have a lesson, you can do this. So your students could remember it. Okay, so please pay attention to this blue line. What do you think does this mean? This line shows what happens when you are not reviewing. Without reviewing. One more, without reviewing. We know that students will be more much smarter when they are reviewing what they learned from the class. They need to review 3 to 4 times in a week. This is what happens when you review 3 to 4 times, in a month. It's amazing, right? You can see that 80% of what they learned remains in their brain. This blue line shows when you are not reviewing, and this light blue line shows what happens when you are reviewing. And that is how the curve of forgetting works. This theory is presented by Ebbinghaus in 1880s, and even though it's already 2024 today, this is still very true. This is popular because we know that when we do not review something, we always tend to forget it. So, when it comes to Cambodian education, we have to use and refer to this theory. That's all. Thank you.